Google Docs. Okay. See here, the idea is we are going to conduct the class online. Online in the sense, everything is going to be in the internet. So this internet is a must if you want to conduct a class for both the teachers and the students. So they have to get connected to the internet. It works on as a cloud-based thing. So in the cloud, we are going to have everything. That means both the application as well as the documents you are going to have. The documents may be shared to the students. Okay? So everything you have to prepare and you have to store it in the cloud. Now this in the cloud, for each Google user, they have given a drive. Say in a computer, we will be having drives named C:, D:, E:, like this. Like that, we are going to have a Google Drive. For each and every one of you, you will be having a Google Drive in your Google account. The Google Drive image is something like this. Okay? It is a triangle with 3 colors. The 3 colors represent the 3 services. Blue represent the doc, okay, short form for document. Green represents sheets, where you can have certain numbers as data and you can work on numbers. And yellow represents the slides, where you can prepare PowerPoint presentations. It is a closed figure, which means that all 3 are interconnected and your data is protected. Okay? So this is about a simple thing, a simple introduction about your Google Drive. Whenever you create a class, a folder will be created in the Google Drive. Okay? So if you are going to handle 3 classes, then 3 folders will be created in the Google Drive. In addition to that one, you can have your own private folders. You can create umpteen number of folders. You can organize all those documents, everything in these folders. So when there is a need, you can show the documents to your students. You can prepare all the documents well in advance and you can have them in the drive. Suppose if your lesson, if your class contains say 50 lessons, you prepare 50 documents. Number them 1, 2 and all. Okay. For the first class, you show the you give the or issue the first lesson like the day by day you can give lessons. In addition to that one, you can create assignments or you can create test questions, everything can be prepared and stored in the drive. See, this is the Google. 1 second. Can everyone view my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, this is a Google page. Here we have the 9 squares that includes all the applications. And in that one, here we have this drive. So you go to the drive and you have to log in into the drive. Your Google username password will be the username password for this particular drive. See here, this is the Explorer. We have a small triangle. It can be expanded as well as it can be collapsed. Now I expand it and it is showing that I have a folder called classroom. Okay, you can create folders here. Okay, see new folder and you have it as test. You create it. So this is the new folder. So within my drive, now I have two folders. One is classroom and another one is the thing that we created now. You like this, you can create folders and you can put all the documents in that particular folder. This is the create button. So here we are going to create new documents or slides, whatever. So on clicking it, I'm having these options: Google Doc, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. I'll be covering about Google Docs in detail and little about Google Slides. In this Google Doc, either you can make use of a pre-developed template, or we can go for a blank document. Now I'm going to create a blank document. This looks similar to our Microsoft Word. Those who use Microsoft Word, for them it will be very simple. Most of the functionalities in Microsoft Word is available here. In addition, it is having other options also. One of the very interesting option here is share. That is in this blue button. You can share it with your coworker or with your students. You can discuss. You both can develop a document. Okay, all those things you can do. This is the place where we give the name. So I can give a name, say doc1. And here I can do all the typing. Okay, so very simple. You can do all the typing. You can do all the formatting, okay, centering and all. Here we'll be having this dots, okay. Centering, okay. All those things can be done here. Now this Google Doc is the application or the application program. And this particular thing, say doc1, is the document we are preparing. Both these things are available in the cloud or stored in the cloud. Cloud is the repository for all our documents, and it gives a very great advantage. Let us assume that this cloud is not available. In that case, cloud and internet is not available. In that case, everyone will be having your own computer. You will be preparing the document in your computer. Your computer may be using Microsoft Word, which may be a older version. Another person, in his computer, he may be having a latest version. So now, if you want you both to share the documents, there will be version conflict, because the document prepared in one computer may not work properly in another computer. This is one particular advantage of this particular cloud. In cloud, everyone will be using the same version. Whenever there is an update, that update is done for all the users of the cloud. Now this makes use of a traditional menu system. In Word, you would have seen a ribbon here, ribbon with groups, okay? Boxes and all will be there. That is a ribbon. That ribbon is not available in this dock. In this dock, we have this pull down menus. You pull down all these things, you'll be getting the menu items. Then we have a toolbar. Okay, so this is the toolbar where all the frequently used tools are organized here. Now this dock is a universal thing. So the entire world is using this particular thing. Now if you want to prepare or type something in your language, say for example Tamil, okay, you can go to file and there you'll be having language, okay, and all the languages are given here. You can search for Tamil and you can add it. If you add that particular language, you'll be getting the language here. So this is Tamil, okay. So I'm going to type in Tamil letters, okay. So this can be done. You see the icon here. Here we have the Tamil letter Ta. Here we have a keyboard. Here we have a pen. This means that here the letters will be, the Tamil letters will be shown in a box, okay, and you have to select from that one. Here you'll be getting a Tamil keyboard. Here you'll be getting a writing area where you can write the script. Okay, so all these facilities are available. You can make use of the thing that is of very much interested to you. Also, we have voice typing. Okay, so we go to tools and there is voice typing. Okay, hello. Okay, you have to click to speak. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, it's coming. Okay, so this is how you speak and you type. Suppose if you want to type fast by dictating very quickly, you can do this by speaking and typing, right? Here also, if you want to speak in Tamil and type, select the triangle here and the options will come. So you can speak in any language and you can type. It's not a big thing here. Okay? Now what we are going to do is take a small essay and we'll try to do certain formatting. Okay? So I have with me so this is a simple story, Little Red Riding Hood. I took it from net just for the sake of teaching you how to do the formattings. Okay. So the document is ready. On the top, you can see a scale. We call it as a ruler here. Okay. You can go to view, show ruler or remove ruler. Okay. This ruler will be handy when you do the formatting. Now let us put the title, Little Red Riding Hood. We'll put it in the center, select it, make it bigger. Even you can make it bolder. Okay, all those things can be done. Now this is the paragraph. Okay, you would have seen usually the paragraph starts somewhere here. Okay, it will be intended to the right a little with the first line. Okay. Here you will be seeing the small triangle called left indent. Above that we'll be having a small line, which is the first line indent, and here we'll be having this particular right indent. Okay, so we'll select this first paragraph. We'll move this right indent towards the left and move this thing towards the right. See how we are formatting. Okay. Now even you can make the first line make the first line look like a paragraph. Okay, so this is how we'll be doing. So this ruler will help you to organize or arrange your document properly. Now we can insert special characters. Okay. Say for example, go to insert. There we have this special characters. Now in this we'll be having symbols, okay, or other scripts, say African script. Okay, you can include those scripts and all here. So if these things are will be very much useful when you prepare the document, that too for a language teacher. Even you can insert emojis, those things and all can be inserted. Now let us try to insert an equation. Okay. Equations, the science department teachers, they'll be using. Okay, but for others also, it is good to know how to insert an equation. So we'll go to insert equation. Now you can see that the equation toolbar is visible now. The first button is the insert equation. Then we have certain drops, okay, where we can select the respective symbols and characters. Okay, all those things are available. Now let us try to write a few simple equation. A plus B. This directly I am writing. Click outside and enter. Now new equation. Suppose if you want to write plus or minus 2, write like this. Enter. Another new equation. Okay. Suppose if you want to write square, a square plus b square like this and all. Okay. So what I do is go to this one and you select x power b. Now let us type the first character alpha. Type tab. It takes you a little above. Insert beta. Type tab. Okay, it moves to the right. You can add plus. Once again, suppose if you want to have square root, okay, you use the square root and there you can enter, say, gamma. Okay, like this you can insert equations. Now let us try to add certain footnote. Say this is a page, say page number 2, you have certain thing and you want to write a small description about something or some word or some sentence at the bottom of the particular page. So you can add a footnote. Okay, see insert footnote. Immediately on that particular area, okay, a 1 is displayed. See that 1 is shown here, okay, and here you can write this is a footnote. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, so you can whenever you need certain reference or explanation to be given for anything in that particular page, you can add a footnote. Now even you can have bookmarks. Okay, say for example, I am going to have certain bookmarks. Bookmarks are marks or certain flags that you put it in a book so that easily we go to the particular page. So like this, here also we are going to put certain marks. If the document is lengthy, we are going to put certain marks there, and we are going to have a list of all the bookmarks in a particular area. So whenever you want to go to that particular bookmark, all you have to do is come to this particular list and you will be clicking and go to that particular bookmark. Now in this document, I'm going to have certain sections. Okay, for creating a bookmark, you need a name or a label. So that gives the reference for the particular location. Okay, so this is section 1. Okay, we'll select this particular text, okay, and insert bookmark. Okay, you can see the flag is shown. We'll go to another one area and let us have section 2. Select the text or the label and go to insert bookmark. So that is also marked. Now we'll come to here. We can give other names also for this particular list. You need not give section 1 or section 2 here. We will give it as sec 1 and sec 2. Select sec 1 and either you can click right button and select link, or go to insert and connect this particular thing with that particular name. Okay. It shows the bookmarks available in your document, section 1. So here you can see that the text 1, sec 1 is connected to the flag or the bookmark section 1, and you press apply. You can see that a link is created. Next, go to here. Okay. I click link, bookmark, section 2, apply. Now on clicking this, you click this bookmark, it takes you to section 1. Okay. Likewise, go to here, okay, and click. It will take you to the section 2. Okay. So if your document is a lengthy one, this will be handy. Now let us try to add a picture. Okay. This is the story of Little Red Riding Hood. I have a picture for that one. So let us try to insert that particular picture here. So insert image. You can either upload from computer or you can search from computer, or if it is available in the drive, you can get it from there. Even you can put all the photos in the cloud, in the photos folder. Okay, so all these things are available. Now let us try to upload from my computer. Desktop. So this is the picture. I'm going to insert it. See, it's inserted. Okay. Now this picture, now it is now you'll be seeing the cursor after the picture. Okay. Click on this picture, you'll be seeing handles. Okay. All these small squares are called as handles. Okay. You can resize the picture. This top center handle is a special one, okay, because it can be used to rotate. Now this picture can be centered. Formatting also can be done. Okay. Likewise, you can add tables, drawings, everything can be done. Right. Now you can see, we'll take this particular paragraph. You move to the right side. Immediately, a plus and a caption, add a comment is shown. This means that you can write small notes or comment about this particular paragraph here. If you share this one, others can also write here. Okay. Okay. This para is important. Okay. So like this, I can write a comment and click this comment. So here you can see the comment is shown here. Even it shows the date and time when I wrote the comment. Now this explains how to create a document, how to format a document, how to make this document interesting to you as well as for the others. Now, once you finish editing or preparing all the documents, you can take a printout. Okay, now it is in the cloud. It is not available with you or in your computer. It is in the cloud. If you want access, you need internet connection. It is always good to have a hard copy. That means take a printout and put it in your file. For that one, you need to download it. Okay, say file, download. There are various options. Okay, the most commonly used options are Microsoft Word and PDF document. Okay, so you can make use of this PDF document. it is asking where to be stored. Okay, you press save, it gets saved in your document, in your file, and you can take a printout. Okay. Another interesting feature of this particular thing is version. Whenever a new thing comes, we call it as a new version. Okay, so let us assume that this is a document you are having. This document, after some time, after some more additions, deletions, and all, it will be a new version. These new versions can be named. The older version also will be there. Okay, this is another advantage of Google Docs. You go to File and you go to Version History. Okay, this is the current version. You can give a name by clicking Name Current Version. Now you do all modification. The current version is okay. You name it as new version. Okay, so this is also will be helpful to understand how your document has evolved over a period of time. Finally, we will go to add-ons. Okay. Add-ons are additional third-party applications which you will be connecting it to your Google Doc. Okay. Your Google account is having Google Doc. That Google Doc can get connected to other applications, or you can get use of make use of other applications here. Okay, and it is available in this particular menu, add-ons. Okay, there are plenty of add-ons available in the internet. All are third party. Okay, third party means not Google. Other developers have developed these applications. These applications can be easily integrated with your Google Doc. Most of the third-party applications, they are free, but you have to sign an agreement. Okay, it's a very simple thing. Okay, everything will be there. You have to just say I agree. Okay. Go to get add-ons. See here, you have plenty of add-ons. Okay, you're not going to use everything, but you can see the number here. How many people have used this particular add-on? What is the rating people have given to this one? Okay, so this gives an idea of how popular the add-ons are. Okay. I'm going to explain about two add-ons. One is to create bibliography, and another one is to create word, the frequent words in your document. Okay. To create bibliography, there is an add-on called EasyBib. I have already added EasyBib here. Okay. So we'll go to a new thing. See, I have a small paragraph from handwritten. Okay, it's a small writing. Okay, not the exact one. Copy, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay. Now, there is a reference to this particular writing. The author is Henry Jones, in the journal, in the topic Shakespearean tragedy, okay, published in International Journal of Ethics in 1905, page number and all is there. Okay. We'll forget all these things. Okay. Let us assume that you know that there is a reference call from by Henry Jones. Okay. Copy that one. Come to here. Now we'll add this. We'll search this in the bibliography. So this bibliography, it is having access to all the books, journals, even websites. I'm going to put that particular author name here to search. See here, it is giving a collection of all the documents by that particular person, Jones Henry. In bibliography, there is standardized, and we have this MLA version. All those things are available, so you people will be knowing all those things. We'll take the title also, part of the title. Okay. That also I'm adding here for this searching. This helps me to pinpoint that particular thing. Okay. Henry Jones. No, something's wrong. Here it is. Okay. So you select it. Now it is being selected. Okay. And you add to your doc. I think I took a wrong one. Okay. Anyhow, it is not a big issue here. So this is how we'll be adding your bibliography. So this add-on ECB bibliography will be helpful if you're creating a document for some presentation. Next one is word count generator. You would have heard people mentioning that this is the word very frequently used in someone's speech. Okay, so let us take a speech here. Okay, this is our Prime Minister speaking on United Nations. Okay, so that is the text here I'm having. So I copy that particular thing and I'm pasting in my document. Now this add-on word cloud generator, okay, it analyzes this particular document. Okay, remove all the connectors and all, is, was, okay, the, all those things, and out of the important words in this particular document, it is going to create a picture where the most frequently used word will be shown bigger. Okay, see, word cloud generator classic. See, he talked about India and world. Okay, so these are the two words very frequently he used in that particular speech. Okay, so this is also will be useful if you want to analyze someone's speech. I think I took a lot of time. Hope everyone enjoyed my lecture. If you are having any doubt, you can ask the IQAC team anytime, and we are ready to help you. Thank you for listening.